Come on, you stupid thing! Is a clear picture too much to ask for? Hey Red Cord, this thing's still busted. When are you gonna get a new one? Hey Red Cord!
Ouch! Hey, did you just throw a dog biscuit at me?
Why, did it look like this?
Ow! Okay, stop that!
Well, now that I got your attention, can you help fix this thing? We got a countdown to do.
Oh, well, I was actually thinking about replacing that old thing. Let's go with something more high def.
So, how should we start the review?
Easy, like this. Hello pet shoppers, and welcome to It's a Rerun, where cartoons continue to be awesome. Today's countdown is a little different. Instead of going over particular episodes that stood out to us, we're instead going to look at the songs of the show and determine which one owns the top spot.
There were a number of factors that we considered each song based on their captivating lyrics, purpose towards the story, and overall appearance and execution. So sit back and crank up the tunes as we come to our first choice with... Number 13, The Littlest Pet Shop Pets. As the first ever song from the show, this had quite a job in setting the standard for the show's musical element. What it delivered was a reasonably well-written intro song that gave a decent introduction for each of the main pets. While the actual descriptions are short, they allow both the lyrics and the visuals to show off the cast, which is an absolute must for musical numbers.
While some introductions were a little more fast-paced than others, the overall quality of the song didn't seem to miss a beat throughout the performance. The music really sets the mood of the show with its upbeat tones that gradually build up a lot of energy towards the chorus, which we will see a lot more accomplished further down the list. As for the visuals of the song, they're mostly comprised of close-up shots and visible characteristics of the pets, but that's enough to keep the audience invested in these guys.
Overall, the song was a nice introduction to the pets and demonstrated Daniel Ingram's remarkable music skills with the amount of time he was given.
Now that we got introductions out of the way, it's time we look at a song that captures that somber music beat along with animal sounds for a more atmospheric experience.
Ooh, sounds exciting.
Number 12. The Song of Brazil. As Emma offers to take Blythe on a tour of the rainforest, Minka comes along for the ride and puts together a spectacular performance with the help of the forest animals. The Song of Brazil does a great job at capturing the somber spirit of Rio and bringing you into this tropical environment inhabited by dog frogs, tapirs, birds, and even mosquitoes.
Did the scenery just change, or am I seeing things?
I figured I'd mix it up a bit in this review, so I added a few more features in my remote.
Cool! These effects are so realistic! It's like I can actually touch this frog!
That's because they are real. I teleported us to the actual Tijuca forest.
Oh my goodness, it's real!
Well, let's get back to the countdown.
If I didn't say anything, you were going to let me touch it.
Even though that would have been hilarious to see again.
Anyways, this song was a huge nostalgic journey for me as the samba beat of the song sent me right back to my Rio days. Not only was this song a nice detour from the typical pop songs we'd hear on the show, it was also able to show off an entire culture. Brazilian culture thrives on music and happiness, something that this song understands and takes full advantage of. Heck, it even cleared up some of the misunderstandings regarding Brazil.
It sounds so familiar, but you don't understand. That's 'cause they don't speak Spanish, they speak Portuguese.
Thank you!
This was a song that knew how to demonstrate the sheer energy that goes into Brazilian samba music, from the various percussion sounds to the stringed instruments and various others. I also want to give credit to the wonderful execution of the visual elements. Feels like you can jump right into the scenery.
Well, this was a fun ride, but don't think this counts as your trip to Rio.
Aw man, well it was a good try. And speaking of Rio...
Oh no! Not that thing again! Ah!
Let's keep this countdown going with our next song on the list.
Number 11. Littlest Pet Peeves. Stupid frog! I never thought he'd be so glad to see the day camp again.
You sure you can continue?
Yeah, I'm fine. So what's the next song again? Huh. Didn't know songs from the shorts counted.
Heck yeah, they do. You may not remember the song in the show, but instead featured in shorts similar to the ones Equestria Girls had. We chose Littlest Pet Peeves because of the wonderful performance from some of the more exuberant members of the group that managed to play off one another perfectly. I also like the subtle shift in the tone of the music as the focus changes from character to character as though the music is secondary to the vocals. It also shows that even friends can have minor annoyances with one another.
Hey, doesn't this remind you of something?
I can't put my paw on it, but it does feel familiar.
I think the same idea was explored as an episode.
Wait a minute, isn't this the plot for Snowstormin'?
Kind of a missed opportunity if you ask me. Anyways, something that animated shorts are able to do better than a full episode is that they are able to focus their efforts onto a single topic and enhance their take on the subject. Pet Peeves manages this by showing off how different characters can be irritated by a variety of different things. So when you put together such exaggerated personalities such as Russell, Sunil, and Zoe together, the song becomes all the more stronger because it's able to show much more in such a small amount of time.
This can be a difficult task for songwriters to have a coherent story done in a musical setup, but Daniel Ingram has shown to be quite versatile in his work.
Granted, while the versatility can come easily to some, it does not come well to others, as the song in the number 10 spot can attest to. Who turned out the lights? Why do I feel like I've just entered the den of rabid lions?
Reminds me of family night.
Dude, this is serious.
I know, this is my serious face, can't you tell?
It's dark in here!
Well, maybe you have your eyes closed.
My eyes are open!
Number 10. Biscuit Family Business.
Okay, this is getting creepy. I want the lights back on.
Let me see if I can find the light switch.
Why does it suddenly feel like all the happiness has disappeared? Oh, that's why.
Hey, I found the light switch. Whoa, how did we get here? Either way, it definitely matches the song for number 10. So, Biscuit Family Business creates this villainous tone similar to that of Danny Elfman music, and focuses on capitalism and the shadiness of corporate motives. Here we see Fisher Biscuit in his first singing debut as he proceeds to enlighten his daughters on the company's philosophy and their devious business practices.
Villain songs always seem to be a step up above the rest because the imagery that you can associate with these songs is so graphic and out there that they become all the more memorable. Here, the imagery illustrates beings that are in full control of their environment and cannot be brought down by natural enemies because they don't have any. A perfect description of the Biscuit family. With imagery such as the Illuminati and Egyptian pharaohs, the Biscuits are clearly ready to compete with villains straight from Disney.
It might just be me, but I felt the music was too similar to MRP's Stop the Bad song, considering they're both written by the same guy. Still, it's a great villain song nonetheless.
Kind of weird that they waited 3 whole seasons to do a song for the main antagonists. You'd think season 1 would have been a better option.
I know, it's a total mystery.
Speaking of mystery, cue the next song. Number 9. Cyril McFlip. Whoa! Victorian England! Nice choice!
Yeah, well, we shouldn't stay too long. This place reminds me of The Hunt.
Understood. If the new Sherlock Holmes movies have proven anything, Victorian England always produces amazing visuals and some unique music. This is where Cyril McFlip shines, as they took full advantage of the setting to create a visually amazing scene and a way to show off Russell's imagination. With the underlying conflict driving the pets insane regarding the cause of it, the show could have only have stated this with a capture of one of the greatest fictional detectives ever.
This was quite a captivating song that utilized the musical fantasy aspect to its full potential. Here we get a great visual representation of Vinny and Sunil's animosity towards one another as Russell investigates the cause of their departed friendship. The music was well orchestrated and Samuel Vincent's performance was top-notch. and to think Daniel England modified this from an old demo he submitted for the Gravity Falls opening theme.
Well, it certainly did a good job of carrying over the mystery element. I think it's very fitting that Russell was the one to lead the song, as he is one of the more reasonable members of the Pets. Most of the time, anyway.
As for the next song, it's not as orchestrated as this one, but it does focus on a topic that the show recently brought up, and it does raise a lot of questions concerning Blythe's special gift. Number 8. If I Could Talk to Humans. If you're familiar with the Bobby Darin song, If I Could Talk to the Animals, you can consider this the pet version of that one. This was a fantastic musical ballad that most pet owners can relate to. Being able to talk to your pets and have them understand you can be quite beneficial to them and yourself. The strength of this song comes from the visual elements that showcase the pets interacting with their owners but unable to offer advice or speak their true mind towards certain inconveniences. While most songs in the show tend to be made for fun or convey the inner emotions of only one or two characters, this song managed to speak for every one of the pets facing this dilemma and trying to reach the same goal, simply to be understood.
One of the strengths of the show is how it demonstrates how pets and humans rely on each other, and given how the main character is able to speak with animals, it would only make sense that the pets would want to explore the possibilities as well. Throughout the song, we see a segment where the pets imagine how they would interact with their owners, not only showing us more of their life outside of the day camp, but also reminding us of what makes them such good characters in the first place. This is also one of the few songs to ever be jump-started by a guest character, and not one of the main characters, which is a strong indicator that the show is starting to reach outside of its own comfort zone.
While the song did provide a heart-wrenching dilemma towards our main cast, the majority of the song felt too comedic, which clashed with the overall tone of the song.
Yeah, I have to admit that some of the lyrics could have been switched out for something more compelling, which could have put it higher on the list.
You can say that again.
What's up with the glasses?
Well, considering what number 7 is, it's best to be prepared.
Oh come on, it can't be that bad.
Oh really? Check this out.
Is it supposed to do that? Record, what did you do? Great Scott!